Dr David Wilson.
Madam Speaker, I really enjoyed the ex-Mayor of Wellington advising Auckland and Northland. Yes, very good, very good. I heard from the Green Party about how we need to come together as a parliament to look at the Infrastructure Commission and the future planning for our infrastructure. And I wholeheartedly agree it's just too important for the nation and we need to get this right. The outcome of which, if we can do it, is an integrated multimodal logistics and transport system. We need the integrated multimodal so that we can provide resilience and security in the long term. And this is one of the things I wanted to bring up today and focus a little more on, resilience and security. Because at the moment, we've all noticed, there is a war, and the Straits of Hormuz, where a lot of our trade go. We're a trade nation, trading nation. It's what supported us for 200 years. Recently, we had a trade surplus, hallelujah, and we're increasing our exports. But we are severely at risk if some of those supply chains are interrupted. We need to ensure that our own internal resilience is absolutely supported through multimodal approach. For example, Marsden Point, which when first built, actually there was a guy called Dave Cullum who started up a company called Cullum Engineering, now employs over 1,000 people and helped to build the Sky City Tower in Auckland. That came out of him being one of the people that was an engineer at Marsden Point. Now, it's a real shame that we lost resilience through Marsden Point being closed down. It would have given us an option. However, what they've done since is they've used solar to produce hydrogen so they can use dense energy for our trucks. This has also happened in Southland. In a recent visit to Southland, they're doing exactly the same thing, and that means that you can get dense energy to trucks because, I'm sorry, electricity will just not do it. The batteries are too heavy, they run out, they're in trouble. So we need to think really laterally about this stuff, so how we actually maintain our resilience. Think about food security. You know, food gets trucked all around New Zealand on diesel. We'll run out of diesel if they stop us at the Straits of Hormuz in about 20 days. How are we going to move the trucks? This stuff's so vital to our security long term, it's ridiculous. We need to come back and understand what all these things mean. Just on the Harbour Bridge, I was really interested to hear the Minister talk about the Harbour Bridge. Another person from Wellington telling Auckland how to manage their Harbour Bridge, second crossing. When my wife and I were in Germany, and excuse me for my using really bad German language around, running into a lovely lady in the middle of the Black Forest, and we walked into this cafe, this is 30 years ago, and she said, "Und where are you from?" And we said, "Well, we're from New Zealand." She said, where in New Zealand? And we said, "Auckland." She said, my husband, he built your Harbour Bridge. He wanted to build 4 lanes, but they only let him build 2. So, you know, this long-term planning is actually quite important for us, isn't it? We need to make sure that we get this stuff right. So, back to KiwiRail. Rail's so vitally important. Visited the Port of Otago just recently. They're all thinking about an inland logistics hub, and that will be supported by rail. KiwiRail, I went there as a member of the Provincial Growth Fund Advisory Board in 2019, and it didn't look good at Hillside, right? Investment, you go back to Hillside now, they're right-sized, they're producing wagons, they're up to wagon number 900 out of 1,350, all new. We've got Spanish rail coming. That's an example of how you can utilise integrated multimodal transport across New Zealand, which gives us long-term resilience, which is what I hope we all would like. So yes, Infrastructure Commission, big tick, planning what we can afford, looking after what we've got and prioritising into the future, and that's absolutely crucial. So yes, I agree with the previous people that have said we need to take some of the politics out of this, make sure we have a good prioritised plan for the whole of New Zealand into the future so that we are actually spending money on things we all agree need to be prioritised. Thank you, Madam Speaker.